Hi, welcome to Save Both Say a Lot. Today I'm here to harvest some collard greens. And in my last video, I talked about harvesting the collard greens. And I came out yesterday to water the collard greens and I found some bad news. Not all of my plants are infected, but one of my plants are infected with what's called powdery mildew. So I just want to show you what it looks like in case you've never encountered it. This is my first year that I've had any problems with the powdery mildew, and it's a fungus that grows on the green leaf of the different plants depending on what it is. And this year it hit my collard greens. It's not harmful to humans and it can be eaten. I'm not the type of person that takes chances with my health, so I'm actually not going to keep them, but I do have a few other pots of collard greens. That's why it's better to plant more than less, especially if something you enjoy eating. So let me show you what it looks like. This is the plant I was talking about that has the powdery mildew, and it may have happened because I cut this plant back 2 or 3 times because it was getting ate up by bugs. So I'm not really having a good collard green year so far, but I have high hopes because I may plant another set. So I'm not really worried about it. But this is what powdery mildew looks like. I think this leaf really gives a good description. It kind of comes in spots and like spreads out like mildew. And it's on quite a few leaves. Not every single leaf. Excuse me. Not every single leaf is affected, but I really don't want to take the chance of eating it. I'm just going to go ahead and discard it. So we'll do that first, and then we'll get to the other collard greens and do our harvest on those. So what I'm going to do, this particular one, the one I said that I've cut back many times, I forgot that I planted some small ones around it, so they're fairly new. The stalk on this is so big, I'm going to have to take this knife and just really try to cut it down. And that's not really working. Woo. That's how wide that stalk is. It's still actually right there. But I'm going to go ahead and cut them down. And as far as these smaller ones, I might give them another shot by giving them an opportunity to regrow. I'm just going to cut the leaves all off, except for the little leaves. If there's anything down below, we'll leave that. I'll cut them all off. It just breaks my heart to lose these collard greens. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And I always say, one thing you don't want to do is take chances with your health. For me, my health is everything. I do not like going to the doctor, so I do my best to try to take care of myself and be vigilant on what I eat. Yep, that's just me. So in the trash they go. Thank you for bearing with me. I just wanted to show you what the powdery mildew looks like. And now it's all cut down. I guess the miracles will grow. There are a couple of leaves that do have like little funny spots on it. So while we're out here, I'm just going to go ahead and clean that up a little bit. And I found out that even though marigolds are annuals, which means they are only for 1 year, they have seeds in the flowers when they dry up, and if you have them planted in your yard or area, they can spread the seeds and pop back up next year. So There's always a chance to get marigolds the next year, but it's not because the plant comes back, it's because the seeds spread out and populate for the next year. So give me 1 second and I'll be back with the collard greens we're going to keep. Okay, so we still have 4 pots. Let's start with the small one. And it does have some bad spots on it. Any bad spots or anything that's severely eaten, I'm just going to discard and keep the good part of the collard greens. And we'll try to let this grow another time. I may decide to just empty the pots completely and start fresh with new seeds. I think there's plenty of time to grow some more collard greens. This leaf I just took off, and this one, it was like facing toward the big pot, so I'm just going to get rid of those leaves just in case there's an issue with those. And I'm going to take the rest of it off. It's a fast process, but you actually get the idea of harvesting collard greens and how they can actually grow back. And you can eat them over and over again. These leaves are big and luscious. I planted this one just last, and it seemed to have done the best of all of them. But this will be enough collard greens for me to cook and clean. And I'll just leave 2 leaves on because this one's fairly new. Give it another chance to grow again. And we have these. These look pretty good. No problems as far as the powdery mildew. So I'm just going to go ahead and clip away. And what we'll do next is we'll go ahead and plant our turnip greens. There's still enough time for us to grow those. It is getting a little dusty dark outside, so I'm going to go ahead and end the... So we'll do that tomorrow, but it'll be on the same video. So it looks like I have gotten those taken care of. And see how you can leave a few leaves on the collard green plant and it will grow back to a whole different plant. And you can do that like 2 or 3 times. So that's the collard greens. Let me take these to the front yard, spray them off outside, and then take them in the house and soak them in some vinegar and salt. And then I'll process those to freeze. And I may do a video on that. I think everybody knows how to shred up some collard greens and put them in a Ziploc bag and freeze them. But that's what I'm going to do because I don't plan on eating them today or tomorrow. All right. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get these turnip greens into this planter. And turnip greens are a delicious vegetable to eat. Not only is the root shown here edible, but the green tops are also edible. And most people know turnip greens as the green part, and they sometimes just forget that it's a 2-for-1 with turnips. So we're going to go ahead and get those planted. I've gotten my soil prepared with a very good grade of Miracle-Gro, and I even added some of cactus palm citrus potting mix to the soil just so that I can have the ultimate amount of drainage, because turnip greens do like to grow in well fertilized and fluffy type soil, so that their roots can spread, and I guess the turnips can bloom and the greens can pop up. Let's get out our handy purple top white globe turnip seeds. And these came from Homestead Heart. And all of the seeds that I purchased from Homestead Heart's website have been just wonderful. And they always grow so very well. And I trust her so much because I know she takes such care with everything that she does. So go ahead and visit her channel and see what she's got going on over there. So I'm just going to drop these, kind of space them out all the way down the planter. Easy peasy, as they say it, lemon squeezy. And then I'm going to take this seed starting mix that's real light, and that's what I'm just going to cover it with, because it's only supposed to be like 1/4 of an inch under the soil. And I think that that will satisfy that criteria. So just putting a thin layer of the seed starting mix on top. Now let's go ahead and water the turnip green seeds in. The soil was already moist, which I usually, as I'm mixing it, keep it just a little bit moist. But now that everything's in, I'll go ahead and, there we go. I just use a jug, poke some holes in the top, and that's my water can. And you may think, hey, now, isn't it a little bit late to be trying to plant some turnip greens? And actually it's not. It only takes 45 to 50 days for the turnip greens to go from seed to harvest. So for me in Indiana, it will be right in the range with the first frost dates. So it should mature by November the 1st through about November the 15th. So I'm right in tune. So hopefully the weather will hold out. If it doesn't, the great thing about turnip greens is they can still flourish with temperatures as low as approximately 25 degrees. So that's a plus. So folks, go ahead and get out your planters. Get you a 2-for-1. You can put it in a round pot and you can put it in the ground. But grow you some turnip greens. If it's your first time here at our channel, go ahead and subscribe. We'd love to have you come back. And don't forget to go and visit Homestead Heart. Miss C would love to get something in the comments section that says you were sent over there by Sabo Selah. All right, until the next time, love, peace, and prayer. Bye.